Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? NukemDukem here. So I came back from E3 and I got to see behind the closed doors the first half an hour of Telltale Batman. So I'm gonna do a non-spoiler portion of it, and then I'm gonna do a spoiler portion afterwards. So I'll let you know when I'm gonna talk about the spoilers, what exactly happens in the first 30 minutes. And then, so I'll give you guys a warning. So let me give you my overall impression. So basically, they showed us two portions of the game. One look as Batman, the new combat system, the new engine that they're running, and the other part was Bruce Wayne interacting with other people within the game. Okay, so what do I think? So this game has a lot more action to it in terms of QTC, which is quick action time event. Whether it's like you have to move left, click the left button, spam E. But this new game is actually, I saw the engine, it's a little bit more fluid than the other one. It's not as choppy and grainy. So it has a little more fluidity where you don't have to put input and then wait for the game to respawn. So the engine looks a little bit better. I haven't played it myself and tried it myself on different platforms, so I can't tell you how great the engine is, but it does look better because I noticed what Telltale did in this game. There is more quick time action events where it requires two buttons instead of one. You know, in the previous games, you either press one button and then you're done with that event. This one has a lot more like let's say you have to move right, like click right and then E at the same time. So Batman requires more than one button pressing to have one event sequence to be successful. Now, the person that playing the game didn't mess up at all, so I didn't get to see what it looks like if he mess up any combo moves, how Batman would take a punch, or Batman can die, so I didn't see that aspect of the game. But it shows you during Batman that you can see the different tactics Batman uses. Don't expect, traditional gameplay. I'm putting this Batman Arkham Knight, by the way. It's my footage of it, so it's nowhere looking like this. But it's not going to be like a combat. It's going to have that traditional Telltale art style and just the QT defense. So I didn't see any like move the mouse or move the cursor here to there. There might have been. I can't remember, but from my memory, I don't remember. No, I think there was. Okay. And then during the gameplay, we saw another person, iconic figure in the game, and it had some interesting things. There were some, their choices of like, should you do this or should you do that? If you pick up an item, will it affect the gameplay in terms of Batman? So, okay, then let's go ahead and talk about the Bruce Wayne portion. So basically, you have to be like Bruce Wayne, like how you entertain guests at a party, and your interaction with different people in the party. So basically, like what you do as Batman will affect of what goes on in the storyline Bruce Wayne, and what goes on in the storyline with Bruce Wayne affects of how things shape out to be for Batman. For example, let's say I was Batman, I was fighting. I can choose to like beat up a thug or save someone or do something different, and like let's say a news helicopter is recording you, everyone in Gotham will see how Batman did a certain situation, and then let's say you go to the party as Bruce Wayne, people will talk about what Batman did. And same thing with Bruce Wayne. Let's say you talk to one of the bad guys in the city, or how you interact. Let's say you shake his hand, you don't shake his hand, you acknowledge him, don't acknowledge him, you be a jerk to the guy or not a jerk. It will probably play out in how Batman faces his enemies or knowledge of intel. His detective work, like would his detective work be harder? Would there be more thugs in a certain area? It's all about perception of how you play as both. So that's really interesting. Like you're playing as two different characters that will affect each other. So you can see that, and then it's kind of very interesting. And then you can choose to be what kind of Bruce you are, like a apologetic Bruce apologize for messing up, or you can be the playboy Bruce, or you can be the diplomat Bruce where you're trying to be like more professional. So overall, it looks good. I'm interested in the game, so looks like Telltale has an interesting concept. I didn't see only half an hour, so I don't feel like I know enough to tell if the game's going to be great, but so far I have my interest peaked. Alright, so let's go to spoiler version. So I'm going to tell you exactly what happened within these 30 minutes. If you do not want anything spoiled for you, click off this video. Alright, you're warned. Okay. Spoiler section. So you basically, in the beginning game, you play as Batman. There's a bunch of thugs come into a bank, and basically you're Batman having to take them out through different gadgets. You see Batman hanging on different ropes, pulling people up, taking people out using the smoke grenades, And then during that time, he's having a flashback, or actually no. So the game kind of has like a little flashback sequence, like while you're playing as Batman, it's actually a flashback of Bruce Wayne talking to Alfred as he's like all injured from battle, and he's kind of getting ready to go to a party, and Alfred's talking to Bruce about he's overdoing himself as Batman. So you see Alfred and Bruce talk at the same, and then and it goes back to what happened to the previous night as Batman fighting off a bunch of banks, people in banks taking over, and then they finally get the bad guys get the special equipment, and basically Batman's trying to recover back, and then you got Gotham Police Department there, and you have Commissioner Gordon there. They stay in the back, and then it ends up between you and confrontation between you and Catwoman fighting for the item, and then there's a news helicopter watching your every movement of how you interact with Catwoman, and then I forgot something happens, but you guys fall off of a roof, and then you have to try to catch Catwoman before she falls to her death, and that's all I can remember. I remember it's like I gotta remember all this or write everything down, and I didn't. But the game is brutal, definitely rated M, the way thugs were killing innocent people. And then you go Bruce Wayne, and then you show up to a party late, to your own party, and it's a fundraiser for a Harvey Dent campaign. Is it not playing right now? It is. Okay. And then you go to a fundraiser for Harvey Dent as he's building his political move there, and then you have a choice to say, hey, you can act like, oh, I messed up, sorry, or he's like, I was an important decision. Or you can be more diplomatic, be like, I support Harvey Dent, or you support, Vicky Vale comes and talks to you, and then you can show if you support Harvey Dent or not, if she's watching what you do, and then you have different people are part of the Bruce Wayne family, and they're talking about the politics in Gotham, Batman. And then what's interesting at the end is you see Falcone there, and he comes to the party, and then you have to choose, while everyone's watching you, like Falcone extends his hand and says, how are you doing, Bruce? And you know that Falcone's a bad guy. Do you shake his hand to make appearance? Do you not shake his hand? He will notice what you do, and then you guys will go in a private room, pool table, and you talk about what Gotham really needs to be shaping, and you can decide if you want to be mean to Falcone or you want to be nice to him or neutral in that sense. And that's all I can remember. That's the end of the demo, but it's kind of interesting. I like what Telltale is doing so far, so let me know what you guys think if you guys are excited for this new Batman. I'll see you guys later. Bye.